For 6 years and a half, I didn't visit my country, Iran, because of the political situation, obviously, and eventually I decided to go because I was feeling after Israel attacks, which we supported that. We wanted Israel to attack and kill those Islamic Republic people. I decided to go, and when I went, I was stuck between the protests. I went to the dentist. When I was in the dentist there, I noticed that after our prince, Rezy Pahlavi, announced that. I went there in the 5th of January till 11th of January. So I think it was in the 6th to 7th January or 7th to 8th January, our prince announced that people of Iran protest on the street, take over the main streets and against this regime. That night we went, of course, after I was still in the dentist, the protest started exactly at the time the prince said. All the shops were closed around 4 p.m. At 8, we heard that it started. My dentist finished it. Everybody there. We joined to the street to the protest. When I saw the amount of people there, I couldn't believe it. If I wouldn't see it with my own eyes, I would not really believe it. On that street, thousands of people. At the first night, the guards came and they had these big microphones, I would say, and they were shooting with guns up, not at the people, and it was creating a huge noise to scare the people, but people were not scared. Of course, tear gas came. I don't know, hundreds of tear gas was shot at people. People were very brave. People were picking some of those and throwing it at them back. But the main thing happened in the second night and the third night. In the second night, people were really, really angry. They were shouting the name of the prince, King Rezy Pahlavi, and Jovi Shah, long live the king. And that's to the dictator, that's to Khamenei, that's to Islam, and people were shouting, young kids, some people were coming with their kids on their shoulders, elderly people with the help were walking, everybody, literally. I came back home and I was waiting for my mom to get ready. My brother was actively participating, especially in the front line. He and his friends, very brave, very brave. They closed the street and this time IRGC came. Obviously, I'm sure you saw in the news that because Islamic regime got really scared, they brought 5,000 Iraqi, Pakistani, Pashto Shabi to Iran from the border to be able to stop this protest because it was so big and it's happening everywhere, in big cities, in small towns, in the villages. It was the first time. It was really the first time. Millions of people were on the street in Teheran, and I was in Alborz Karadż. We were surprised suddenly because they started directly shooting at people. I saw thousands of people getting wounded, and I saw many dead bodies on the street. The street was full of blood. Literally, I've never seen such a thing in my life. We ran away, and my mom obviously wouldn't let me go, and she couldn't run fast. So my mom said, let's run to one of the buildings. But when we were going, suddenly, we lost obviously my brother because they were very, very front. Suddenly, one of his friends shouted, he got shot. It was everywhere, like, because of the tear gas, he couldn't see very well, he couldn't breathe very well. We were coughing. It was a very, like, really war situation. We looked back and I saw that two of his friends carrying him from two sides, and his knee, around his knee, was shot. My mom was very brave. She didn't get scared. Everybody obviously in the protests wearing up top to bottom black and covering and everything. She took her jacket, she tried to help, and we ran away. We took him, well, me and my mom didn't carry him, his friends. We went to one of the buildings that people opened and they were trying to help. But he was bleeding a lot, and it was a war bullet. It was not like there before they were shooting at people. They had Dushka, we saw, Kalashnikov and Colts, we saw. He was bleeding a lot, and except him, few others were there also wounded. One of them in the eye, it was a woman. It was bleeding so bad, and the woman that was shot in the eye was not a war bullet. It was the other type. Eventually, it was in our neighborhood, so someone who knew us suggested we must take them to the hospital because they die from bleeding. We don't have anything here to stop the bleeding. We eventually agreed from the other side of the building. He brought his car. We took him to the hospital, and immediately, around 20 minutes after, IRGC people came and they took all the wounded people. It is said that they killed them, they finished them, as they call it. We finished those people that they are shot and wounded, and we don't know if he's alive or not. I got a call from my parents yesterday. Eventually, they tried not to talk about it because they control the calls, and I consider it he's dead, but I'm so proud of him. I'm so proud of my mom. I'm so proud of all my brothers and sisters that were killed innocently in this right protest. We want our prince back. We hate this Islamic regime, and we will continue. We won't give up. We will give our country. We will take our country back.
Okay, so what is important from our Polish perspective is that Iran is quite young now because of generation changes. Average age is about 33, 34, according to the latest data. And do you think that for this reason, for those generation changes, you could conquer Ayatollah and do some changes in your country? What do you think about it?
No, we don't want them. We want them gone. We want the prince. Everybody was shouting. Everybody was shouting very clearly. King Rezy Pahlavi. Pahlavi barmigarde. Pahlavi is returning to the country.
And what do you want us to...
Oh, Poland.
Yes.
Actually, the Poland, in the European Parliament, the Polish person, I don't recall his name, very well supported Iranian people, and he said they are very bravest people. What we expect is to actually expel and kick them out, let's say, this regime parliament, they are in the embassy of Iran in here. We have a petition, we are signing it and asking the Polish government to actually expel them and send them back to where they belong. That's what we actually really expect from Polish government to do. It will be a big help because then other European countries will start to do the same probably, because everybody in all the world is asking for it. They are not our choose. We didn't choose them. We don't want them. And yeah, that's one of the biggest things we really want from Polish government.
What are your hopes for the future?
For the prince to get back, and we will have our Persia back. We will have our Persia culture, freedom, humanity, everything that we were in the time in the Persia. We want it back. He can do it. The prince can do it, and we won't give up until we have it.